Good evening and welcome to another episode of the Coach's Box. This is episode 50, kind of like Hawaii 50, but not really. Episode 50 here. Ray Halbert from Livestream STL here, and we are ready to rock and roll this early Sunday afternoon with the boys. Guys, how's it going this early afternoon?
Going well.
I think it's regular afternoon, isn't it?
It's like mid-afternoon, I guess you could say. Huh?
Early afternoon,
Beautiful
mid-afternoon, whatever,
afternoon.
you know?
It is definitely a beautiful day out there.
Happy to have the sunshine out. There's probably some rainbows somewhere.
Sun's
Yeah,
out,
happiness.
Jarvis. Why you got sleeves
Oh.
on? Sun's out, guns out, man. Where's
Not
the-
today. Not today.
It's not mowing season yet.
It's not mowing season.
Mowing season. Oh,
Hey, I did see you were looking for a trailer. Did you find one?
No, me and my parents are
Still
looking to buy one. Yeah.
Still looking for a utility trailer to haul like mowing equipment? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So there you go. Hey, there's put it out there. Shameless plug for you.
Oh
Coach.
boy.
You know,
That's what we
somebody
do.
tried
I
to
got
sell
some stuff
one.
I need to sell on Marketplace.
Well, there's been a few on Marketplace, but man, I don't know.
Oh, we got sound
Who's
effects
got
now.
the
Crickets.
crickets?
You got sound effects. Yeah.
Boom.
Oh
we go.
boy,
Okay,
man, we
thanks.
got lots of
Oh,
sound
man,
effects.
Oh,
Uh-oh, Ray's out of control already.
We were trying to have just a regular discussion.
We're off the rails. Off the rails.
And here we go. So that
We're not used to
I
that.
am all kinds of
You're welcome.
befuddled now.
What is going
Thanks
on?
for that one.
You're welcome.
Man,
What?
that's what I got to do next year when we play you. I just need to
Have
a
sound
symbol
effects and
and,
things like that.
Have some crickets going off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
crickets.
mean, I guess if that's what you need to do. Golly.
So how many of you guys? I got a question for you. How
Getting
many?
ready to start. He just said, I got a question. I got a question.
So how many of you guys have gotten pictures of this sent to you and said, "Man, I just didn't realize how famous you all were."
none.
I don't get that.
Every
Yeah,
time
I
I
get
walk,
that.
every time somebody comes in here and they see that and they're like, "Oh, what's this about? Who is this? What are you doing on the wall? What's this about?"
Well, we're not in here as much as you, so maybe
Yeah,
that's
that's true.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I tell you what, when I do hear it, it's usually from opposing coaches and referees.
Interesting.
I'm kind of like, well, okay, I'm glad you watched, I think.
Uh,
The views of myself on that show is totally different than what I'm about ready
Then
to
when
say
you're
to you. while
then when you're in the stripes on my court, reffing my game.
Changes. the
Dear
world.
Lord, I apologize. So no, I don't get that as much as you. You are kind of like
celebrity, right?
probably the de facto mayor of.
I mean, they're going to eventually have a La Pachanga. They're going to have a picture of Blair out there with it. You know,
Yeah, if on the billboard instead of the bull, it's going to be you
Hey,
holding the
deal.
holding the Blair special.
the Blair special in one hand. I mean, that sounds like a
I
good
can't say
marketing
nothing.
thing.
I ate here last night, so
I love this place.
I'm going on a diet, so I
Yeah.
get my last meals in.
I'm on day 4.
No,
Oh my
starts
gosh,
today.
I hate it. I hate it. I want a piece of bread so bad.
Oh man,
This is gonna suck.
Yeah.
I can already see one of these days they're gonna catch my nerves. And it's fine. So yeah, it does. It's awful, but it's helping. I think I'm already down 5 pounds.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
I eat like crap. I mean, anybody knows me. I want to go Taco Bell, and I don't care about the fast food. I just want to, especially right now, it's a nice cold Pepsi. And I have not drank a Diet Pepsi in 25 years until the other day.
How was it?
Oh, it's awful.
Yes.
Pepsi Zero, awful. I'm still drinking it because I just like
telling
something
ya.
sweet. I just want
no
something
offense
sweet.
to
Sweet nectar, right?
the Blair over there, but the Coke Zero's pretty good.
If you like Pepsi, though,
Ugh.
you will definitely not like Coke Zero.
I don't like Coke at all. It is so bad. It's
I'm
so
the total opposite.
bad. I don't know what to tell you. Jesus saves.
Pepsi's terrible.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to try some Diet Mountain Dew. I've never tried that
No,
either.
don't do it. Save yourself.
Oh,
Save
Diet-
yourself.
Diet Mountain
Save
Dew's
yourself so
good.
bad. No.
Get the zeros. That's
Hey, all I know is if it doesn't have any sugars or carbs, it's like, all right, let's go.
Bring it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'll just hold my nose and drink it like I do Pepto. So, anyway, back to accounts in life. There's men's basketball going on. I don't know if you guys have watched.
There is.
Yeah.
Still, yeah.
Still high school. I know we're all out. Yay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
yes.
so excited when Live for Life. Sorry, I was choking on that. Live for Life
Choking on the
ends
buzzer?
up, making it to the Final Four, boys and girls.
Yes. First time they've ever
think
won a
we-
district
Yeah.
in their school history, and then first time they've ever been to the Final Four.
Interesting.
I'm really happy for them. So happy.
So I figured you were. I mean,
Man, there's a lot of controversy going on in the public schools. Crowds all over social media going on right now. My goodness.
Well,
You mean up in the city?
Yes.
Really?
Live for
Do
Life.
tell. I
Do
don't
tell.
understand.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Now, Live for Life had a lot of players that used to play on the STL college prep team, right? A couple
Not as many of them as there was
not
last year. Okay.
Yeah, last year.
Last year was,
Yeah. Because that school shut down. They had
Right.
to have somewhere to go.
Yep.
And they enrolled there. So,
legitimately.
Speaking of,
you can
Trinity,
do that.
They're
Speaking
playing
of,
well.
Trinity's
Trinity's
closing out.
Closing up.
Yeah.
That's
Closing
big
out.
news. That's
It was because it was. If you go back to when we were kids, it was St. Thomas Aquinas Mercy, and then Rosary. They merged together to form Trinity. So I mean, that up in North St. Louis that had some type of private school education up there, but I mean they're closing their doors after the season.
Your assistant coach was a
Coach
head,
Buddy was the head coach
head
there
coach
one year,
there
I think.
For one
Yep.
year. Yeah, before he came to Herculaneum. In between his stints of
he was-
St. Pius,
yeah, I was
and then
gonna
he
say.
came to when he went to there for 1 year, and then he came to Herculaneum.
Yeah, at one point I had two former Pius head coaches as my assistants. Had Brandon Mays and Coach Buddy
you
at the
say
same
you
time.
don't like Pius.
I didn't say I don't like Pius. I don't like Pius when I play him.
Good point.
It's okay. So yeah, Trinity shutting down is kind of a big deal. And I know that
Very big deal.
it kind of got out in the media before it was supposed to. I think.
Yes, I think a little bit of that was.
So that
Leaked.
kind of made things a little bit worse when you had no idea that was coming. So I hope those teachers and staff members can find places to go and work, because that would be awful for any school to shut down and you have to find another job. So
Yeah, finding a job like anytime, especially now in a pandemic,
Really?
probably isn't fun.
yeah, that's tough. It is really tough. So hope they do. Find a place. But yeah, we.
Is there other stuff going on up in the social
Well,
media?
I do want to give a.
north of the Merrimack.
I do want to give a
Why
big
don't you just
shout
go ahead and
out.
say it if you really
I
don't?
don't know. I don't know. I
Whatever.
don't know.
I do want to give a big shout out to my coaching buddy there at Stillville on the girls' side, Seth Collins. They
Seth.
made it to the Final Four. They're going to play Live for Life on Thursday. So first time they've ever been able to go to the Final Four there on the girls' side. And wish him the best of luck. Coach Collins is a great guy.
Yep, great guy.
Just a class act kind of person. I mean, honestly, would probably do anything for anybody. As far as helping out whenever he needs. And so, wish him the best, and hopefully he can make it to that final game and have an opportunity to bring a state championship home.
Yeah, you talk about sustainability. I mean, they've been really, really good for a really long time. I mean, they kind of broke on the scene. Golly, it seems it's probably the better part of a decade.
Yeah.
And it's just been sustained success. I mean, and they're not afraid to. They're always in the Park Hills Christmas tournament. They came over a few years back, and I tell you, they'll play anybody.
Yes.
And you talk about Pius running the 1-3-1 that they do on the girls' end. He runs the 1-3-1, and I mean, always has athletic girls, especially on the top end of the 1-3-1. But I mean, runs it extremely well.
Lengthy, long, and they've they went through Stratford, Licking in the district final. Then they beat Stratford in the sectional. Then they beat Miller in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, that's a heck of a run.
The number 1 and 2 from last year, Stratford and Licking were 1 and 2, and then Miller was the number 1 ranked in the state this year. So pretty good.
To be the best, you have
got
to
beat them all.
Yep.
That's exactly right.
or they get COVID and you move on.
This
And
year.
that brings me to another one.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh-oh.
So, in I can't remember what Class 4 District 2, maybe 2 or 3, Roosevelt wins their district on the boys' side.
Okay.
Roosevelt's in the same district as Confluence
Okay.
and Bayless.
Okay.
Confluence is the number 1 seed. They have the bye. Roosevelt comes into district play with 2 wins on the season. 2 and 11. 2 and 11.
Okay.
2.
And win the district.
They win the first game against
Okay.
Kip.
Okay.
They get ready to play Confluence, who gets COVID. Forfeit. Move on.
Okay.
So everybody that I talked to is like, oh, my gosh, Bayless is going to win a district. This is crazy. They weren't very good last year. And Roosevelt beats them by 1.
Wow.
So
Hey.
you win a district, you're 5-11, you get that. Yay, everybody's had first districts in 1975. Your prize is you get to play Vashon. Thanks for playing.
Goodbye.
Have a nice ride
Hey.
back wherever you're going.
Hey, you're getting a Missouri-shaped trophy or a Missouri.
That's true. And you know what? They
and it
don't-
says first place on it.
They
so-
don't make those just anywhere. You got to like special order from one company. I think they have the monopoly on the shape of Missouri, which I think is kind of BS, but whatever.
I don't know why you would think that. I know somewhere you can get some good stuff.
Yeah, but you can't find that shape of Missouri
Nah.
the same way.
Can't get. Look at that engraving. Can't do the state of Missouri in the exact shape. Huh?
Well, I mean, they can do it. It's just going to be that same exact mold shape as like special ordered from Misha.
And they have to get it from that company.
Yeah.
Only, yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty stingy about it, I think. I don't know why.
Kind of like charging $10 to watch a
Oh,
game
gosh. That
I was
might not work.
online. That might not
waiting
work.
for that.
It's like,
Yeah.
I know. I was looking all over the radio. I couldn't make it to your game last week, and it wasn't on the radio. It was nowhere.
No.
Nowhere.
But there was about 500 fans there.
Hey.
Yeah, that's good.
It's packed house. Packed house.
you know, down south, there's a lot of packed houses going on for their
Just a
district,
tad.
sectionals, and quarterfinals.
Just a tad.
I mean,
I don't know. I saw that Sal Barn thing on there. I was like, whoa, they are packed up in there.
yes.
I went to the championship game of our class in our district, and it wasn't as many people as what I thought there would be in that gym at Potosi. I mean, both teams brought a good decent crowd, and I think St. John brought a nice student section, and they were all decked out, and it was neat to see that, at least see the students able to participate in all this stuff, which those are the ones.
So
that
it
are
wasn't
getting-
like a mortuary in there.
no.
Oh, okay.
No.
I mean, not that I was at some places that seemed like that, but
Oh,
I mean,
man.
Well, that's just like I just read an article today about Live for Life girls. They went down to Twin Rivers and played them yesterday, and they said that they only brought 3 fans, and they've been playing in all these games all year with no fans. They said they got into the gym, and Twin Rivers had the whole place packed except for like 10 people from Live for Life, basically administrators and then some fans, and said they started out the game terribly. Like they were 5 for 23 from the field or something like that, and they interviewed the girls
I've been
after
there.
the game. And they interviewed the girls after the game, and they said that was kind of crazy to them because they have not been in that atmosphere yet this year where they've had fans.
Right.
So they weren't expecting that, and kind of caught them off guard a little bit when they got in the building and it was so loud and obnoxious.
Not that
So-
it ever would have happened, but when we talk about the city schools and the different rules that they put in place all year, and then now that we're kind of moving into the Final Four, I'm surprised we didn't have any type of issues to where they might have said, hey, we're going to have a spectator limit, and if not, we're not coming down, or what's the, you know what I mean? Or if you're coming up. I mean, I know a lot of it was down south, but
Well, I think I've seen a lot of that during the regular season where schools wouldn't allow their
a lot of
schools.
no comments going on around here. Yep.
Because
I mean, listen, if you don't want to, just call up Mission, try that stuff, and see what they tell you. They'll say, it's not our problem.
oh, okay.
It's the county.
Oh, is
Whatever
that what
county
it
you
is?
reside in.
Whatever county you reside
Yep,
in.
it's their rules.
Oh, okay.
So if the county says you got to wear a mask and play games, then you got to wear a mask and play games.
Okay.
If they don't, they don't. If they're not going to enforce it with, the police or school administrators. It's whatever the school and the local health departments want to do. I know that firsthand.
Except they want your $10.
well, they're going to
That is the universal thing.
It was a lot different when I
$10.
traveled out west on I-44 and played. I was like, well, this is different.
definitely is.
Yep.
So it looked like the South Iron girls advanced to the Final Four in Class 1. So that's that's the only kind of, I guess you could say, local general area of where we're, from listeners, our listening view, basically. And then that's the only thing I see on Class 1. Let's see, Class 2. Final Four teams, Ellington.
Is this all girls? We're
Ellington,
talking about
that's the
right now?
first time they've ever made the Final Four.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yep. And I watched him play once this year. Watched him play Park Hill Central.
And they lost one of their better players, too.
Yeah.
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 And they made the Final Four.
Yeah.
Wow. Think if they would have had her still.
Well, they might have had a chance to win it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where she plays at now, but anyway.
North County.
I knew where.
I can tell you
I was
where
waiting for Zach to comment.
I can tell you where she plays at. Yeah. Then Live for Life and Steelville are the other two in Class 3. So, so we got 4 or 5 different on the girls' side. See on the boys' side here, Class 1 we know already. South Iron is in that.
I'll give Valley some credit.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Valley played really well all the way into the end. The Haug kid, he's something hard to defend.
You got Valley Catholic there with they beat lost to Campbell there in the quarters. I mean,
hey,
that
here's
great.
the funny part though. Campbell should have got beat. Not in that game. The game before when they played Alton.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys have
they were
heard.
down.
They were down about 23 points. And from what I heard, of course, I didn't watch the game. I'm not paying $10 to go watch it.
Right.
And whatever.
I heard the same thing.
They were ahead. And now Campbell's pretty good. The coach's son plays. He's like 2,000 point scorer. He's a pretty good player. And Alton in the second half kind of pulls the ball out and does a little four-cornerish kind of play.
Okay.
After they're just beating them.
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing, hey, it's working.
Yeah.
And they go to do that, and they just chipped away at. On the last play of the game, it's tied. And Alton has the ball, and they're trying to drive. The ball gets stripped at about the top of the key,
Okay.
and the Fowler kid picks it up and shoots a layup as the clock goes off.
Wow.
And they win
Did
the
this
game.
bring back memories for you or something, or what?
Why?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I was in Rolla one time, and some people were arguing about people running the 4 corners.
I didn't run the 4 corners that much.
I just wanted to stir you up a little bit. To see if I
If
could-
you run it to start the second half, you better be in a situation where you're not very damn good. Okay? If you're going to run it at the end of the game, you're trying to get them to either come out and play, or you're trying to shoot layups only, trying to spread them out so you can get layups only,
Right.
and kill the clock.
Right.
But you do it the whole second half. I don't know. I wouldn't do that. Not unless I am that much undergunned, outmanned, whatever.
Right.
There wouldn't be I wouldn't do that.
Well, they were up 20-something, too, is what you said, going
Yeah.
in the second half, and they did the whole second half.
That's what I've been
Wow.
told.
Wow.
I don't know. I didn't pay $10 to watch it to get first-hand knowledge, but I do know that they were up quite a bit.
And you would think this whole $10 thing, okay, we're all MSHA sanctioned coaches. You would think there'd be something out there for the coaches
To be able to get it.
to be able to
access.
watch games instead of having to pay $10 a pop. I mean, all the hours that we put in that we don't get paid for, you think maybe, hey, MSHA, you could throw us a bone?
No.
Something?
No.
Well,
There's no bone throwing. You don't get paid for bone throwing.
well, the other thing that I've kind of been watching is how the sectionals and quarterfinals games are being played at, and how that's made. Because in our district, I mean, we went by it with thinking the understanding of we're not gonna have
That
we're gonna
advantage.
have it.
That's the final game.
So we're gonna basically opportunity is we're gonna open up 3 spots, and then if one of those 3 teams is in, they don't get to host for the opportunity that whoever wins our district is gonna be able to host a sectional game. Well, that's not happening because they go by how many, and then it's a weird process.
So that whole thing we did with our districts didn't matter.
No, I mean,
No, because it was
didn't
by
read-
districts.
Wait.
Yeah.
Apparently, the district you guys are in, you didn't read the fine print on anything.
no. Well,
Good gosh.
Well,
it's kind of like, hey, don't vote for your own players for all district.
we won't discuss where that was at, but I'll tell you,
I'll tell you what that is.
Well, you can't. You were able to vote for your own.
No, you're not supposed to be able to.
We weren't able to vote for our
Okay.
district.
That's good.
so
Somebody tried in ours.
Oh,
You know what happens?
see ya.
It's gone. That whole ballot.
Thrown out.
Stupid.
I didn't
Don't
get
do
any,
it.
I didn't get anyone on all districts. So.
But it's a frustrating point of it. It was like I think it's
it was
just
the only team that didn't.
so hodgepodging, consistent thing where with COVID and everything, I think you're just more consistent across the board would have been a hey, we're going to say that this year's an odd year, so the odd year districts winners get to host.
Well, what people do is,
And then the even year, and then the evens get to host the quarterfinals.
I do know that there's been some teams that are pretty good that kind of really rallied for certain sites. That way they could have the advantage moving forward through the state tournament. So,
State
hey,
wouldn't do
we'll
that,
do that.
would they?
We'll do this. Let's play it at this site. And then that team would end up getting to host games on the way. So if you knew the process going into your district site selection meetings and where we're playing this, and you had, and that did happen.
Oh, yeah.
That would-
Yeah,
that wouldn't happen.
people kind of work the system here. I mean,
No, people do not work the system ever. No, it
nobody cheats. Your kids don't lie to you. Nobody
doesn't
lies.
happen in basketball, football. No, it doesn't.
Athletic sports.
Nobody recruits. Everybody's a winner. Where's your trophy at, too, by the way?
Where's the ice cream cones?
Yep.
Man, we need
That
them.
sounds good. Hey, nice sunny day today.
Yeah, it's a good time
Yeah.
for some ice
Everybody
cream.
gets an ice cream.
Yeah.
So, class 4, 5, and 6.
Sykeston,
you guys got?
Sykeston upset Cape Notre Dame on the boys' side down
Yeah.
south. If you call it an upset, I mean Sykeston's pretty darn good
Usually.
traditionally, but I think Cape Notre Dame, I think that was supposed to be their year if they were going to make.
Well,
a run
last
on
year
the
was their
boys.
year.
And then
Yeah.
they got
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
to the Final Four. But
Yeah,
they did get a
boys
state
and girls.
championship last year.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yes.
They count that as a state
All
championship?
4 teams were.
I know
state-
that certain teams were saying that they were going to put a banner up in the gym and count it themselves, like the UCF thing. We're the national champs.
Get a ring?
Get a ring, whatever. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean,
You putting that on your resume?
hell no. It's like a tie.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
And you also
Sykeston.
got
Sykeston.
So you got on the boys and girls side, both Vashon teams advanced.
Yep.
A little bit of
and Ben Elick,
on the girls'
Lutheran
side.
South.
Yep.
Good
They
luck. Got to watch Lutheran South win the other night when I was calling with my boy Dusty Weiskopf, friend of the show.
Dusty, yep.
And,
That's
You
gonna
got
be
to
in-
call that one for free.
yeah, I know, because, the Misha TV crap messed up.
Yeah.
So everybody got to watch that one.
Hey.
That's going to be an interesting game. I mean, there's
That's
some.
why it was on. I was wondering.
There's a lot of speculation going on social media.
There's
and
some
in the media.
interesting stuff going on up that way.
Well, I mean, Metro girls coach resigned
Yes.
the morning of the district championship.
And they were getting ready to play
Vashon.
Vashon. And their coach resigned. And then after he resigned, came out to the media with some announcements of talking about some stuff that he had some good allegations on and things that were been going on inside the St. Louis Public High stuff. And it'll be interesting to see what goes down tomorrow. I think there's a big meeting going on tomorrow to discuss what the outcome of all of that is. So
Really?
tomorrow will be interesting to see.
Don't do that.
Well,
Stop. You shouldn't do that.
it's depending on who's in charge. Here's the thing: is
Can
Mish
we-
is in
can we
charge?
take side bets?
Mish is in charge.
No, I don't think it's just
Can I
even
parlay
mission.
this?
Don't matter. Doesn't
But
matter.
I really, I mean, I
It's
think
too
it'll
nice of
be,
a gym up there.
I think it'll be really interesting to see what the St. Louis Public School District does and how they go about this. I mean, this could be some. I mean, this is going to be some pretty bad vibing media aspect of it as far as goes for the St. Louis
But
Public.
will
High.
it?
I mean, they went through
Will
that in
it?
the past, and it took them a while to get out of it. So,
What school was that in the past?
oh, maybe the one we're talking about. I don't know.
Oh, which you never did say.
So, I didn't need to.
They do have a nice gym.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep doing that. I'm not going to say it.
They have a lot of banners.
They do.
A lot of banners.
They win a lot. I think they actually, quote unquote, won last year. One of the 4 teams
Yes.
that won
Yes.
same class last year.
But so it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out into things. And does that mean that if they do go about that, does that mean that the team that they played in the district final gets to advance, or did they just?
Hey, let me tell you how that works. Let me tell you how that works.
But that
get
was
a letter.
that was after the
a nice
season.
Don't
This is-
matter.
during mid.
Tell us about this letter. Tell us about this letter.
They forfeit the game,
Okay.
and that's it.
Hold on. Is there a nice Misha seal on it or
No,
something?
it comes from the
They did-
school.
Oh.
They had
Is
they
it-
had to tell you.
Is it,
they
I'm, is
forfeited.
it I'm sorry?
No, we shouldn't have done this.
Is it in crayon?
Really sorry about it. we were forfeiting our game that we won.
Well,
So
that
we
stinks.
won. We went from being 13-13 to 14-12. Hell yeah.
Winning record. Winning record.
Take that winning record any day. You know what? I would have loved to have had a chance to play in the district championship that year. Grandview. That'd
At
be good.
home. At home.
No,
It was at
no.
home, wasn't it?
No.
No,
It wasn't that year?
It was at R7.
That was our 7.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I remember that. We played really tough, and we had a bad second quarter, and that was it. So, hey, that's just how it goes. It's like it's historically vacant. I like that. Historically vacant. It's like when, it was Pembroke Hill,
Okay.
and they won three state championships with the Rush brothers. I don't know if you guys remember them. And they won 3 in a row. They found out that Pembroke Hill had used undue influence in recruiting. I think they actually gave them stuff too. I guess people have money can do that. That's how you really recruit.
Be nice.
And they took them away, and they gave everybody who won second first place. When you look at Misha, and this is out there, so it's public knowledge. When you look at Misha, the state championships are the teams that actually won second. And then the second place says historically vacant because they sure as hell can't give everybody there and move them up. It just doesn't work that way.
But that's what I'm saying is I'm wondering
Right.
if since this has happened before they've played any more
Nope.
games, do they
Nope, spring season
Go
started.
back.
Nope, historically vacant.
Okay.
Take it away, move the next team up.
Okay.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Historically vacant.
We can or forfeit. They'll just forfeit if that happens. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to no. You shouldn't have done that. Don't do that.
That could be a nice topic of discussion or debate. Should high school teams get the death penalty?
The answer is
dun dun dun?
Should they?
I guess we can put
would
that
be
as a
good-
poll question.
That would be a good one, like SMU. Back in the
Yeah.
back in the 80s.
Wait,
Should
should
they get-
more college teams have the death penalty? Like we
Only
did.
only if they self-report, right?
Yeah, I was
Wait,
going to
wait.
say, if you self-report like
Self-report. If you tell on yourself when you did something wrong,
Yep.
you're going to get it. But if you don't and you lie, it's okay.
It's
Even better.
We're looking at you, Kansas. Good
Dun,
gosh. I mean, it's just we'll talk about the biggest hypocrisy of all time. That's crazy. So they did the death penalty one time, and it needed to happen. If you watch Pony Express,
Oh yeah,
that was
That's
crazy.
a good documentary.
Good documentary. It needed to happen.
Yes.
It's not the worst thing that I've ever seen or heard of.
Right.
There's a lot more that's still going on. That whole Adidas scandal.
Yeah.
And you know what happened? Diddly squat.
Nothing.
Not a damn thing.
Well, some coaches got out.
Oh,
but,
yeah, they got out.
fired or let go or whatever.
What about the whole? Wait,
I know.
it's not you cut off the head of the snake and it just grew back with 2 heads now.
Right.
They got to do something.
It's money. It's too big to fail. You know what I mean? That's the issue. I mean, you get
From the other guys.
yeah,
Good movie.
yeah. Well,
Aim for the bushes. Speaking of Bush, that's a good segue.
That's right. Yes.
Bush.
15,000 fans being allowed into Bush
Yeah,
Stadium.
I saw that.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I like it.
Give Dak
One of
his
the-
free tickets
I'm
and he'll
curious.
go.
I was gonna say, I think they talked about the
Free
prices. No prices. No. The exact opposite.
Wait,
of-
you
the
mean
exact
to tell me that they're going to raise the prices to compensate
Just
for the
a tad.
empty seats?
Just a tad.
But you know what? We're the only ballpark of one of like 6. If I read that right yesterday, one of like 6 ballparks that are allowing fans.
Wouldn't Texas allow fans? I mean,
I
they're
was gonna say,
open.
yeah.
They haven't.
But hell, they allow illegals to come over. They allow people. Hey, just come over and do what you
I
want.
think there might be a couple in California,
That's shocking.
and then I think the Braves.
Really.
The Braves, the Cardinals, and that I've read that have already
What part
made
of
the announcement.
California?
Well, I don't
How
know.
far away from the Capitol?
I you know what? I don't know where. I don't know.
Nah,
I just
it's
I
not
just read it.
Oakland.
I just said the 2.
That's too close. That's
I'm
too
gonna have
close.
to read it up now.
Yeah, I'm glad we're prepared for this show.
Pull it up.
Speaking of which, are the Cardinals even winning?
They were last
That's
we checked,
good.
8-3.
Yay.
O'Neal hit a 3-run home run right
Really?
before the show
They
started.
What's he hitting
they
right
won
now?
8-5.
What's he hitting?
I don't know.
$120?
No, that's about how many strikeouts he has.
120 already?
Is it too early to worry? It's the way
No.
too early to worry, or
No, we should have signed Odorizzi, though, and we let him go to the Astros. I do like what you said, though. We were talking earlier
Okay, why
about
not? Oh, go ahead.
about the Astros getting booed now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
that's awesome.
they didn't have any fans. Nobody got to boo them, and now we've been waiting a whole year for this, okay?
it's been simmering, right?
I mean, I love it. I absolutely love it. You want to talk about a team that should have all got suspended and the whole ban for
It would
live?
have been nice to see someone get beaned every game.
Yeah, it's true.
it slipped. It's because you won't let me have rosin on the.
Yeah.
Now you won't let me have rosin in the spray tan lotion. Hey, keep changing the rules. That's
Well,
what happens.
Vagisil right here. I don't have the arm that you have.
Yeah, and Harris. Yeah, little jalapeno.
Little jalapeno, get my nose running.
Yeah.
You put snot on the
Since we're
ball.
on baseball, I want to bring something up on baseball. How
All right.
about are they going to just give Carpenter every chance they can?
Yes, they will.
No.
They have
They have
18 million
18
reasons why.
Okay, well, we just wrote off
Dog.
someone else, so why not Carpenter too? I mean, this is stupid. We're just going to keep carting him out there?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
he's going to protect
Yes.
Arenado. He ain't going to protect nobody.
You can't
Hey,
pay
They're-
yourself.
there's not enough good salsa. I mean, there's not.
Yes, 18 million reasons
I
why.
don't care. They cut someone else.
I
and
know,
they're paying,
I know. They
paying
didn't-
more to Fowler right now to get rid of him. Mm-hmm. Let's cut our ties. Let Edmund play. Let whoever else play second base and get.
Well, and
Carpenter
part of
outta
it,
here.
I think if you would ask, I think part of it is spring, and so it's kind of once again, can you produce? Because this is your opportunity to do it. Now, if you're going to sit here and say an entire month or 2 months of the season, and you're going to let him play,
That's
I mean,
a problem.
that's going to be an issue. But to sit here and say in spring, hey. Because the other issue is you want him to play in spring, and you want him to develop, and you want him to hit. Because now you can trade him. Now he has value.
Right
for
now, the
trade.
only thing you can get from him is a
Bag
bag
of
of big league chew. He's not even worth a bag of baseballs. Okay?
Bag of baseballs. I thought that's what you're going to say.
Well,
I mean, yeah, that's it. I mean, he's not very good.
Oh,
Hard to watch.
He had his time.
I'd rather
Yeah.
have the guy, whatever, starts with an M.
There's a few.
He plays first base.
There's a couple of 'em.
Utility guy,
Ngowski.
Nadowski or
Nadowski.
whatever.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
that's what-
okay.
I think that's
the
an
Nod-
N.
Yeah, it's an N. The
Yeah.
Nagowski.
Nogfather or whatever.
Yeah,
Nogfather.
yeah.
Well, heck, he's 28. So
I
it's
don't care.
it's put up. I'm just saying it's put up or shut up time for,
Well, yeah,
for him
he
as
won't
well.
cost
Yeah.
anything.
Right.
Carpenter sucks.
He can play 3 positions: bench, center bench, water boy.
He's got the ball 3 down.
He
Pretty
can't,
good.
he can't be the bad boy. It's too hard on his knees. Sorry, can't
Well,
Takes too much out of him.
run. But yeah, they're going to pay him because if they can't move him,
Yeah.
at least Fowler rebounded, had a
Cut
below
him.
average
right.
season.
Take your
They're
hit.
not going to do that.
Take
They're not.
your
It's,
hit.
you're not going to go
gonna
dead
DF
money.
it. No.
you're not going to go dead money on
Not
that
for
guy.
Not going to do a DF
Because
They're
if
gonna
someone
DF
signs him, then you're off the hook.
Right.
But if nobody signs him and takes it, you can work a deal if if he can produce something. He can't produce anything, you don't get nothing.
Right. Down.
And it's dead money. So they're not going to do that. And I wouldn't expect them to. As much as I'm going, get rid of this guy for the love of everything that's holy.
If we keep carting him out there during the regular season.
I don't. Well, he's not going to play third.
No.
The only time I
No.
can't see the only time him playing third is if you're going to give Arenado a day off. But then you've got Edmund that can come over and play third base, and you've got somebody else that can rotate in. The issue is if the union and the owners ever get together
That ain't
and
happening.
and have some type of DH, if they're going to say let's have a designated hitter this year,
Not happening.
then that's when you're going to see him.
There will be no
play.
designated hitter this year.
Yeah.
I think let's put that one to bed.
Well,
That's over.
I don't know that would be a good spot for him either.
Well, that's
Not
where he would be.
Designated sitter.
I think he's going to be on the bench. That's where he needs to be.
Retire.
Well,
He won't do that.
no.
Why
I'm
would
saying-
you? I
Why
would
would
take
you?
that
Money.
No, he's got too much money. I wouldn't retire either if I was
My
him.
shoulder hurts. I'm going to go home
Well.
to Florida. It's
That's-
injured
that's-
reserve.
Hey, that's the other.
That's
the
the
kicker.
Dodgers. That's the Dodgers way of doing
Exactly.
things.
Well, that's the.
You're
hey,
hurt.
How's your knee?
You're hurt.
Is your knee okay? No. Maybe you need to go down to Florida for a few months and rehab that knee. I don't.
Hey, the Dodgers need some guys some time off.
But that's fine.
You're on injured reserve
Hey.
because you're hurt.
Hey, that
Jedi mind trick.
yeah. And hey, that's you talk about once again, not rigging the system but playing the game. I mean,
Well,
use
you got
it to your
to play.
advantage.
You have to. If it's there, you do it.
Well-
Everybody's going to push the extent of the rules.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen.
Yeah, my after this week, so we've had a week of games, and now we're going around to the second worth of rotation of the pitchers. Are you worried yet about the pitchers? Because traditionally, pitching
Is ahead.
is ahead of the hitting, and outside of Wainwright, I don't know.
I don't, and I think
Or
it's
is it too early to tell?
Well, I think it's the big thing about it this year is with everything that happened last year. I don't think that anybody's rotation is going to be really good until probably May or June. Honestly, I think you're going to see a lot of teams putting
4 inning starts, 3 innings.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of that early in the season.
A lot of relief pitchers winning games.
Yeah, and it's going to happen.
Well, see, that's the other thing with the Union. Then they're going to have to try and get that 26 or maybe 27 player,
Yes.
addition.
And I think that's why I think the big league clubs are doing that to prove a point
Ray's got his hand
Uh-oh.
up.
that that we're doing that mix of trying to put it that way. That's what I believe is happening, just because you're seeing it across the board.
Yeah.
So
I have my hand raised up because you guys have completely missed some of the new rules this year for spring training. One of the rules
I
being,
try not to think about stuff that's not really baseball.
Well, I know, but how about this rule here where the managers can walk into a game and say, we're going to play 5 today instead of 9, or we're going to play 7 instead of 9 today. That's number one. So they get the choice.
you want to know what I think about it?
5, 7, or 9 first. Okay?
Well, since we're
How much are you paying
Okay.
for the ticket if you're going down there?
Exactly.
That's the one thing.
Exactly.
Do I get to pay for a 5-inning ticket or a 7-inning ticket or
Right.
or what?
unbelievable.
I want
as a
my
fan-
money back.
Yep. That's one thing.
Here's the other big kicker. Manager has a pitch count on a pitcher, and it happened in the first inning of the first game of the Cardinals this year with Flaherty. He's at about 27 pitches, and he could only get. I think he only had 1 out, and he was about to get rocked. Schilt said, this inning's over. Inning's over, and they called the inning.
Yeah.
And they can do that.
Personally, I see both sides of it. I'm fine with it as a coach. I'm fine with it as a fan.
Why not just
I don't know.
let them bring in a reliever? That's stupid.
Well,
Takes away
true.
from the game.
True.
My
This is
goodness.
my concern about the whole thing, and I don't think anybody's thinking about this. Well, how is this going to affect the pitcher going into the season?
Well, they're going to get their work. I mean, that's the whole thing.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because let's use Flaherty as the example. If Schilt said, hey, today you're only throwing 30 pitches, he met his pitch count. That was his goal. The goal right now in spring training is not to win these games. The goal, depending on who you are, if you're a starter, is to get all the rust off and get yourself ready for opening day. If you're not a starter, if you're one of these guys that are on the fence, on the fringe of making a roster, that's your goal, is to make a roster. And so if you're a manager, from a managerial standpoint, you're looking at all the different avenues to say, hey, what can this player do? What can this player do in these type of situations? So from an organizational standpoint, from the players to the coaches to the ownership, it makes total sense for them. But us as fans, yes, we're a little deprived because, well, wait a second, this isn't what we're used to. This is not what we want to see. We want to see, just like what happened when O'Neill hits that home run, or the next inning when the Astros pitcher goes walk, 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 and Dean comes up and gets a gap shot and tacks on a couple extra runs. I mean, that's what we want to see, but it's spring training.
Well, the thing is, too, you had a whole year without minor league baseball.
Yes.
There you go.
You played 60 games last year. When we're talking about, and look, and I am the guy who says that pitchers need to pitch more, 100%. If throwers throw, let's say, I mean, Nolan Ryan proved it.
Right.
People haven't changed. Evolution hasn't happened that quick
Right.
to where people can't do that stuff. But you didn't have guys who had built up arms at that point either. Whenever they go right into playing a season, they play 60 games. They didn't have the same kind of build up. So at this point, taking those, as much as it hurts the fans who paid the ticket, if I'm looking at long term, it is probably the best option if I can just pull the plug on it and do that. Because I'm not going to hurt my investment that I'm paying.
In a meaningless
And a meaningless thing.
Yeah.
Here's your goal, and we're working you up to this. We're also looking at these younger guys who are coming in, like you said, want a roster spot. What can they do? Hey, today we're going to go ahead. You need to hit to the opposite field, or you're not that anybody does that anymore. But
put the bat on the ball.
put the bat
How
on the
about
ball, or we're going to
Yeah.
do different things to try it out to see. Because I don't know what you can actually do. You haven't played in a meaningful game in
Right.
2 years,
Right.
Because of the shutdown, because of everything else.
It's no different than a jamboree.
It's a
For
jamboree.
for us, it's just a month or 2 month long.
I mean,
or whatever,
I'm-
jamboree season. It's why nobody gripes in high school when we do a football jamboree and it's 12 plays, and then out of those 12 plays, 4 of them or 5 of them, 6 of them or whatever are JV kids or your third, fourth string.
I did think it was kind of funny that KK pitched, gets pulled, and then he started the next inning. And McLaughlin's like, you guys, this isn't a replay. This actually is, he was pulled, he didn't play the field, and he came back in.
yeah.
And Edmonds is just like, I don't know, I've ever seen that before. It's
Yeah.
like, no kidding, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody has.
I don't like the idea that you have all these minor leaguers down there playing. Why are we not allowing to put them in those positions and see how they respond? I mean, you may need them to bring them up at some point during the season.
But that's what they're doing.
But
Right.
but the problem is calling an inning because he pitched. Bring somebody else in.
But they don't have all these guys built up yet. I see maybe in the first couple weeks, but once we get into it and these guys are starting to throw and they got some reps, they and their pitch count's building up. Then you can't be calling a game at 5.
Right.
I don't like that rule.
Right.
I don't like that rule.
I don't. Yeah. Play
But
the 9 innings. Or whatever
I
you
see
wanna-
the point, like you said. I see it. I hope that we don't continue with such craziness in a non-pandemic affected society.
I'm going to put it same way to you.
Okay.
It's my job every day.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I felt like I didn't want to go to work today because, my arm was kind of hurting and I didn't know if I could lift all these cases that I have to put on a conveyor belt. So I'm going to let you off at 2 o'clock today because you told me your arm's hurting and I don't want to risk it because I got to have you for the next day.
Are you the best one that does that job?
Could be.
Then take the day off.
But here's my point is that if I do that,
How much money have I spent on training you to
Exactly.
do your job?
Okay.
How much money am I paying you?
But my
Because to
concern
keep you
is-
from playing for doing this for someone else.
Right. It's long, but here's the thing, though. Hold on. You are making the biggest quota. You are bringing in 3,000 cases of quality Pepsi, sweet nectar of the gods,
That's right.
to the people.
I miss
And
Pepsi.
if you're hurt, then we're out those 3,000 every day. So I'll go ahead and I'll take 2,000. I'll take 1,500 from you, and then once you work up, and feel better. I'm getting something from you rather than nothing.
Well, what
you're
about,
on the shelf for a couple
What about
months.
Johnny? That's three down from me. He's
Yeah.
only doing 1,800.
Yeah.
He's going all out all day long. But sees that I can do
Right.
my job,
Right.
and tell him I'm hurt, and he send me home and say, "Hey, don't worry about
Be
it."
better.
Well-
Take your opportunity to be
So-
the best when he's gone.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I don't understand. It's still part of my job, and those guys are making millions and millions of dollars.
Right.
That's on them. Forget it. That's on them.
Well, you
Make
could just
them
be like
learn.
Tom Brady and take care of your body.
Well, yeah, but
Play
y'all
until you're
they
70.
don't make that much money. They, like LeBron and Russell Wilson, and they spend $1 million a year on themselves. Did you hear the story with Matt Carpenter when he came into the league? There's a reason why he doesn't wear batting gloves. Because when he broke into the league, into the minor league system, he's like, hey, do I get some batting gloves? And they said, yeah, pay for it. And he said, I don't have the money. So I hit without gloves. So it's not – I hear what you're saying, take care of your body and this, that, and the other, but you got to think about it. These minor league guys, these A, high A, even up through – if you aren't a first, second, third rounder that didn't get these baby bonuses that didn't get this money, you're struggling. It's
not real world.
You found out what Carpenter's problem is. Batting gloves.
See,
Maybe.
Give him some batting gloves for the love of
Maybe he-
Jesus.
Maybe
It's
he
not
should
real
stop trying to
life
hit
stuff.
home runs.
it's not real
Go back
life
to hitting
stuff.
doubles.
It's not real life to me. I mean, I have to do that
Exactly.
same thing.
It's
Exactly.
entertainment.
Exactly.
It's
You hit the nail on the
entertainment.
head. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm
Which
tired of
which
paying
goes
for it.
back to, huh?
I'm tired of paying
Well,
for it.
that- You don't have to-
Exactly.
you don't have to worry
Now
about
we
it.
got it. Now we got it.
And
Don't
you just,
if you don't
you've
want
just
it.
did everything to prove Zach right today.
Thank you.
I know.
Thank you. But that's what I'm saying. You don't. That's exactly
We
what
work
I'm saying.
together over here.
Yeah, he didn't help his own cause.
No,
at
he
all.
didn't. I was kind of wondering now, what was your point of all this? Oh, to make Zach sound smart.
No, but
Wow. Wow.
Zach needed help.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
I
yeah.
mean, what? Cup winner once, twice, whatever.
but I think the whole point of it is I don't see that there's any benefit to anyone at this point. The whole perspective. Okay, if I'm the opposing team and you come in and I've got goals for my guys.
Sure.
Hey, I got a guy pitcher that I need to get.
Well, I
you know,
got a
4
batter
innings.
that I need
Right.
to. He needs at
But
least
But that's
3
why
at
they do
bats.
split squad games. That's also why they have games on the backfield. That's
But I don't
why
think that
they
should
have the
be-
roster
It's
invitees.
because it's wussy baseball.
I don't think that should be allowed on the day of. I think the manager should be able to get together and say, okay, hey, today we're trying to do this. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. This is what I'm trying- Okay, what's that going to entail? Okay, here's what we're going to do. Then we're going to go for it.
Okay, then
We'll try that next year when we play.
What do you want to do?
Hey, what do you want to do? What do you want to get better at? Okay, hey,
that's
what
what
do you
it's-
wanna get better?
Scoring more
Layup,
points than you.
scoring more. Yeah, there you go.
Well,
But
I
that's
wanna-
what it makes it sound like. I mean, honestly.
But that's what this is.
Well,
that's
it's ridiculous.
exactly what this
It's
is.
ridiculous.
It's
You
spring
play
training.
the game to win the game.
Yeah, you
Well,
know?
obviously not. Obviously
not
not.
in spring training.
Obviously
Not in
not.
spring.
I
Hold on,
don't-
time out. That's like saying, "Hey Tom, why don't you go ahead and play this week one? Play this week one scrimmage game, preseason scrimmage game that nobody's really ready for." And go ahead and this lineman here, we really don't know these linemen up here that well, but we want to get them some reps.
We just got this guy off
we
the
just got
street.
this guy off the street. But we want you to play.
Well, you won't
we
play,
want you to play.
You'll have a backup out there. You won't have Tom Brady
Why?
out there.
Why?
People are
But you
paying.
play to win the game. That's what he's just saying. Everybody
your
plays.
best.
You play your best. You play the.
Well,
no,
not-
it doesn't work that
Not,
way.
not in spring training. I know. I'm on your side, but
yeah,
I'm trying to
yeah.
help Blair out somewhat.
I'm not I think I look at it completely different.
It's
I
spring
look
training.
At it, I look at it like all.
So you want me to throw? You
So
want me?
here's my thing.
So
to you.
throw Flaherty
Okay.
out there. Hey, he throws his arm out in spring training.
Hey, you go. Okay, so what do you do all summer long? What do you go and play in these games? And
Yeah,
shoot
wait,
out
you
all
know.
stuff?
I try
You
to
know.
golf.
I roll my sleeves up.
Look, my
go
same
on
point to
grass.
you. My same point to you guys. In the summer times, do we go and play in shootouts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, are we
And
taking the chance of our kid getting hurt in playing in the shootout game?
How much
Right.
money do I
Well,
have invested in that kid?
I'm not worried about
Exactly.
money. Who
I-
cares about money? I'm
They
not talking
do.
about
The owners.
Well,
The
we
owners
we
do.
know that they
the ones
do
paying them
because it took so daggone long for everybody in the Cardinals organization to go pull the trigger on Nolan Arenado.
Yeah.
He's pays too much money.
I just think
though.
that there's too
So
much
what
involved in
so
this.
what you're saying is I shouldn't have had open gym this last summer. Then I maybe still had Moreland.
maybe.
Oh come on.
I mean, that's
I mean,
the point.
wait, hey, Klaus got hurt in open gym.
It's the
just saying.
point. It's the point. The point of my point is that's what happened.
My point
It's
of my
part of
point
it.
is-
It's part of
All right,
it.
so we're expecting you to not have as many.
Exactly. Hold on,
Yeah,
time
yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Who's having-
absolutely.
who's having-
Who's
who
having
was having
basketball
some-
camp
who
this
had
Saturday?
some
most games out of all of us put
Exactly.
together.
Hold on, what's
But
that say?
It doesn't matter to me. That doesn't matter to me. I'm not worried
Well,
about
yeah, because
that.
you don't have any money invested in him. I mean, you're not an owner.
No,
You're-
I'm still going to play. I'm still going to let my guys play. Get out there and play, regardless. I don't care if it's
You
spring training
can't
or not.
compare high school to these guys. You can't do it.
Totally different.
I mean, if you lose Tom Brady in a preseason game this year,
It's
Tampa
entertainment.
Bay does not win a Super Bowl.
entertainment.
Tampa Bay
and that
doesn't
coach
win a
should
Super
be
Bowl.
fired on the spot.
And
Fire him.
And that owner wants to
Find somebody else.
not only fire the coach, maybe
That's a guaranteed contract to have a guy sitting on his duff the entire time he's out. I'm paying him to sit. Hell, at least Carpenter can get out there and hold a bat and try to swing at it like a garden hose, and try to hit. It ain't going to. But
Well,
at
we
least
get-
he's out there and he looks like he can still
Oh,
play. This guy gets
jeez.
hurt in a
Jeez.
exhibition, a spring training game, and it
Whoever-
doesn't mean anything. No coach has ever gotten fired because they didn't win enough spring training games.
Oh well, they could have.
No, no, none of them.
Hey, there's young guys that are getting ready to go pull it, trying to make the major league team.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, well, I'm not gonna. I got one pitching 5 innings today, so I'm not going to give you a chance today. Maybe tomorrow.
But they're, like I said, they're doing stuff other than just that game. They're there in spring training. They're going to have split squad games, scrimmages. They're going to have games.
So
on the
Arenado
backside.
should be out there playing 9 innings every day already.
No. That's why you got so many guys. That's why you got so many. I'm saying, why are they stopping at 5 innings, regardless if they want to play the game or not? Or I'm gonna stop after that guy gives a home run up. Oh, we're done for this inning. We're going to the
Pitch
next
count.
one.
Yeah.
Well, bring in another pitcher.
Well, what if you have a bunch of guys who are
They're not on today.
That's on the
They're not
coach.
scheduled- they're not
Sorry,
scheduled
coach.
today.
Do your job. Have somebody ready to warm up, ready to go.
Man, blame it on the coaches.
Well, I mean, something. There's gotta be
Players
some
play,
kind of national-
coaches coach, but apparently
Hey,
coaches affect the players like that and how they play.
Well, I guarantee you that's the problem of truth.
Man, I'll tell you what. If I should have told the catcher to set up more inside here. For that strike.
Hey,
Just
that's
saying.
what your job is.
Okay.
But I think my point has to be valid at this point, because why are you allowing a spring training game to only go 5 if you decide that
Wait a minute.
the
wait,
day of?
Wait. We're talking about practice.
Well, I know we are.
We're talking about practice.
Well.
And you worry about what they're doing in practice, Blair.
I make it a
Practice.
Point I make it a point 100 times a year
Practice.
that how you practice is how you play.
You
If
know
you're
what?
not allowing it,
Okay.
then you're not having it.
So those guys who hit basically nothing in spring training, they come out, start the season on fire. If we had to go by what you just said, then those guys all be benched or sent down. No. You're working the kinks out. You're fixing things.
I tell you right now, if Arenado batted .035, I wouldn't be worried about starting him on day one.
Because that's not the point. The
That's
point's
not the
to
point.
Get the rust off. Get
the
him ready
rust
to go.
off.
Get him out there.
Day one, he may hit 2 homers and win the game for us.
Yep, you may.
But
You're
we're
right.
talking about practice, dude.
I'm putting them all out there, buddy.
I'm just saying.
I'm making it a point to every single guy's getting a rep.
practice.
Whether we're split squadding, whether we're doing whatever. I'm not calling
Wait,
the game
you're
after
trying
5.
to win it. You know, you're not just like Ephus pitch, BP, chuck it underhanded. It's like, I don't feel like throwing the ball across the diamond to get the guy out. My arm hurts. I ain't going to throw it as hard. Oh, no. It doesn't happen. You're still playing. They're still playing. They're still competing.
It's just it's controlled scrimmage.
It's a controlled scrimmage, and it's just what it is. Wait. If we don't like that, then we got to go back and change all the crap, the analytics stuff, the shifts, everything that just makes baseball more
Well, it's no different than
not the same it was when I was growing
Well,
up. And that's probably what you're dealing with right now.
And I'm dealing with. I'm saying the exact same thing Crumpy's just saying here. You look at everything and how important preseason stuff is at any sport, for any high school, college, pros. It doesn't matter. It's important. You're seeing it. You're seeing it with the NFL. You're seeing it with college basketball, where they didn't have any preseason. They didn't have any summer workouts, and then you see these teams that are not very good because of all that. So I don't. If
They're
you're
not-
not
they're
practicing and not doing it consistently and like a normal basis,
But they are.
you're not
They
gonna-
are.
They
They're
are,
just
though. We're
they're just
only
calling
seeing a
innings.
we're only seeing a snapshot of their day. If they're not working, like today's ball game started at noon Central Time, okay, they're not only working 3 hours a day. They're there in camp all
day.
Yeah,
I
all
get
day.
it. Yep.
And so we're going to see when they get into their schedule, whether it's on the radio or on TV. We'll see some guys, but there's going to be, and you'll hear about it. Danny Mack will say, hey, so-and-so's on the backfield today, and they're doing a control scrimmage. Probably a Martinez because he'll get hurt at some time. Probably a Reyes because he'll get hurt
I get
at
it.
some time.
You're
Michael,
so
You shut your mouth.
positive.
You shut your mouth when you say that.
I-
Martinez can get hurt, but not Reyes.
I
he-
seriously
this-
think he might be more pessimistic than me.
no.
I don't know if that's
No.
even possible.
I think so.
I don't know, man. I mean,
Realist. Hey, he's got another fire hydrant to hit or something or whatever, a fire
Dun,
extinguisher.
dun.
what color hair will he have the next
I
time
don't know.
out?
Hey, it doesn't matter as long as he gets out. Gets out.
So it's-
It's
He
fine.
does whenever Schilt pulls him.
Well,
After
it
he
seems
gives
that
up whatever.
none of you are on the same page as I am. So we're going to move to a break, Ray. Let's go to a break.
Yeah.
Imagine that. We're not on the same page as Blair.
Sorry.
No, it
Sorry, I
doesn't.
don't see
No,
your
it-
opinion.
You don't have to. You don't have to. But we're going to sit and argue about it, and there ain't going to be nothing good about it come out of it.
stand
Why?
alone.
I can agree to disagree with you, and it's fine.
I'm agreeing with you and disagreeing with you.
I'm
both.
not one of those people who sits on the extreme side of things. And
Me
I
neither.
can't have an argument. I can have a discussion.
I can have millions of discussions.
Yeah, we know.
Crickets.
Is
That's
that
what
our
I hear.
viewerships right now?
Probably. There's only like
11,
3 people
12,
watching. 1, 2. Anywho.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh my gosh, you got new toys.
Yep, boys and their toys.
Thank you, Crumpy, for being on my side.
You're watching the
Appreciate
Coach's
it.
Box. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Dave.
Tell us we can't, and we'll prove you wrong. Knock us down, and we'll get right back up. Call us risk takers, misfits, bad boys. But we know what we want, and it feels like American muscle, looks like advanced engineering, and smells like fresh, cut grass. Bad boy. Mow with an attitude.
Tired of showering? Well, have we got a solution for you?
We interrupt this commercial with good news from your good neighbor. State Farm has new lower car insurance rates, which means you can save more cash and get the service and convenience of a local State Farm agent. That's right, State Farm now has new lower auto rates with their same good neighbor service. It's the real deal for car insurance, folks. And now this.
For lower auto rates in Jefferson County and the surrounding area, call me, Sandy Vest, at 636-464-9298.
For fine Mexican cuisine,
a family atmosphere,
any place to watch your local sport teams. Come out to La Pechangas.
check out our 4 locations: Arnold, Herculaneum, Crystal City, and Bonter.
Come out to La Pechanga.
Hey, Ray Halbrook here with Livestream STL. We hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. Do us a huge favor. Check out our brand new website, livestreamstl.tkdssports.com. There you'll see plenty of information about your schools, articles about different games and whatnot. And we appreciate you checking that out. Do us a huge favor also. We'd really like for you to mention Livestream STL to your athletic directors and superintendents. Tell them you want us in there to bring high value to your school. We'd appreciate that. And thanks again for watching tonight's broadcast.
Hi, this is Coach Riley Blair from the Herculaneum Black Cats.
Hi, this is Coach Jarvis from the Herculaneum Black Cats.
Hi, this is Coach Zach McVeigh with the Jefferson Lady Blue Jays.
Hi, I'm Chris Miller from St. Pius X High School.
And you're watching the Coach's Box.
And you are watching the Coach's Box
on Livestream STL.
On Livestream STL.
And we are back here with segment 2 of the Coach's Box here, and hope everybody's having a great, wonderful Sunday afternoon here. Getting out a little bit here, but take the Coach's Box along with you here on your phone, on the app, wherever you want to go. And we're going to take things back here with the guys here, opening up the microphones for round 2.
I was going to say, just take us with you.
Take us with you.
We want to go. You want a car ride? Hey,
Let's
just
go.
take us with you. Put us in the car with you.
Right?
We're fun. It'll be fun.
50 episodes.
Yeah.
The number
great?
50.
Man.
Jarvis can't even count to 50. How the
Hey, I talked about it in my commercial live from my basement.
Hey, and guess what? How many has he watched?
Jarvis.
I know. I know.
If you multiply all of our shows by 0.
Hey, he's watched every
that's
one
the
of them
number.
right here live on his phone.
Yeah, I did watch the one when I wasn't here, but then I turned it off halfway through.
Because we weren't here.
I wasn't here. So
But you took us with you, so you did do that.
It's what you should all
You did do
do.
that.
You should share it. You should you should tell your friends about it.
Agree.
Like, look at these
Guys, we've
a-holes.
got to start marketing that a little bit more. We got to market that a little bit more. Like and share and follow, because once you
Like.
follow us and we go live,
Automatically
that is
tells
huge.
you.
Like
Yes.
us,
Yep.
share us,
And follow
Do
us.
not follow me. I will
Follow
stab you
us.
if you follow me.
Oh, that's funny.
Anywho, okay. Enough
I
of that.
share it to every group I'm in.
I
I'm
know,
sure
everybody probably hates
they all hate me
Hate
right
you.
now, probably. But
That's all right.
Hey, you got to get it out there.
Gotta get out there.
I got to get it out there. Just
Agreed.
hey, look at that. They even had the polo on today,
That's-
folks.
Are you delivering
That
tonight?
is,
in that thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna deliver in the coach's
Yeah.
box polo tonight.
There you
You
go.
got to say, hey,
It's a good conversation
this pizza,
starter.
This pizza brought
Brought to you by the coach's box.
There you go.
I don't know if Mark would have
Being delivered by the coach's box.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Get a little card here. You know what?
I might think
Oh
that's
my
crazy.
gosh.
Hey, speaking of crazy or more madness,
Oh,
I like
nice
segues.
Madness.
I've been practicing. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, college basketball. So let's talk about who's out. That's a pretty easy one to start with.
Maybe.
Kentucky.
Maybe.
They're not going
They
to
win the tournament.
You got to win.
They aren't gonna win the tournament.
Hey, they played really well yesterday.
They played nobody.
Who did they play?
They don't mean nothing.
Duke.
No. Who did
That was
Kentucky
North Carolina,
play?
wasn't it? That was North
Who
Carolina.
did Kentucky play?
Yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah.
You didn't watch?
Yes, I did.
True fan?
Yeah, I was talking about they play Mississippi State. Mississippi State played really well
True
yesterday against
fan, he
Vanderbilt.
says.
Shoot, now this brain farted. South Carolina.
How good South Carolina this year?
Not as good.
Gamecock's
Not
not very
great.
good.
Not as
Not
good.
great.
But you know, but I thought it was a really good team game yesterday.
Yeah, because they're finally playing like they're sophomores.
Maybe. That's good.
Yeah, it's one and done. So let's keep doing that.
see. We'll see what
Hey,
happens.
I'll tell you what. They said the same thing about Duke, who got pummeled. So they're pretty much dead in the water unless they win the tournament too.
Agreed.
Well, they finished 11-11, 9-11, something like that. It's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, so when's the last time a team who was pretty much on the out ran the entire tournament?
9-9
Nope.
right now. They're 9-9.
Oh, I
right
thought
now.
you asked, but
Cut,
99.
yeah.
Ran the entire tournament, made the NCAA tournament. Which team?
Okay, you say it again.
Which team ran the entire tournament? They were dead in the water, no chance. One of our Power Fives or whatever you want to say.
Now? I don't know. Was it Kimball Walker and UConn? Was
That's
that
the year.
that was
2013.
yeah? Was it Kimball Walker? Because that was the old who am I going to pick to win it all? And it was like they're UConn. They're doing well.
They
And-
were the number.
okay. We'll pick them.
What they were number 10 seed? Was they the 11 seed or 10? 11. They were 11, I think. That
They
year.
are 10.
10 or 11. Yeah.
Either 10 because they ended up upset the 2.
Yeah.
It was one of those mid-major schools that got a 2 and shouldn't have. Either way, that was last time. I don't think Duke's got enough gas in the tank
too
to
young.
do it.
Too
You know?
young.
And they didn't play enough games.
I'm worried about Mizzou. You know, watching
I'm worried
them,
about Mizzou.
Watch they
Foul.
well they foul an awful lot, and you know they played LSU tough the other day, and LSU scores a lot of points. It just doesn't seem defensively though they're going to work hard. When you get into March Madness, you got to have a scorer. You got to have somebody that you know. Hey, shot clock, it's down, it's under 10. Get this guy the ball, go create. I don't see that with anybody.
No,
on
Mizzou doesn't
Mizzou.
really have that guy.
And that I don't think you can get far into a tournament without that guy.
I agree, and I also think that one of the things that's going to hurt them a little bit is they just really don't have a thorough depth when it comes to the way they play. I just think that they get in too much foul trouble, and they don't. When you get to their bench, they just don't play very well. I mean, to me, that's what the games they've
Well,
lost. They've
let's
got in
be-
foul
if-
trouble, and they haven't had
Wow.
any kind of.
Let's be honest. If Tillman's in foul trouble, they're done.
Oh yeah.
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
if Tillman's not playing well, they're done.
I agree.
I mean,
Agreed.
I kind of felt like that sometimes this year. So ain't playing well, we're done.
It's a true
I
statement.
mean, you can't take your best player off the court
Right.
and
Expect
Well,
to be
and
good.
expect it to have the
and-
same.
No.
No, and when he doesn't play well,
That's a show for another time for another show.
Oh,
talking
agree.
about
Lots of it,
talking
yeah.
about. Oh wait, all 10 players on your team, they're all the same, right? They have the same skill set and they're the same. Yeah, no,
Wishful
not so
thinking.
much. Yeah, wishful
I mean,
thinking.
as much as you recruit in college, you're not going to find a whole bunch of kids that are exactly the same. Doesn't happen.
Nope.
And everybody's looking for something different. It's what fits this role, and that's
Right.
what we're going to recruit. And And then all of a sudden, the coach changes, and now we got these guys are left over, and it's a mix and match. So
you look at West Virginia just a couple years ago; they were pressed Virginia, right?
Yep.
I mean, you talk about how well they played, and watching them a couple times this year, you thought, wait a second, this isn't pressed Virginia anymore. Well, you go back to it, and it was that senior guard. I can't remember his name, but it was the bald-headed senior guard that really started everything for him on the press, and they just haven't been the same since. I'm sure Coach Huggins is trying to recruit the same type of player, but I don't know. I mean, you just get what you get sometimes.
I mean, kids don't want to go to West Virginia because West Virginia is like the landing zone. It's party central.
Big time.
Yeah. Just saying. John Denver. Hello. Anyway.
Yeah.
But no, I think the tournament's going to be crazy. I think it's going to be absolutely nuts.
It'll be one of the craziest years ever.
Yeah.
I'm not taking Gonzaga.
No.
I'm just not.
I don't. They're
I'm
pretty
not.
good.
And here's why I'm
I don't
saying
think
no.
they'll win at all.
No. Here's why I'm saying no.
Because you don't like Gonzaga.
I love Gonzaga. I think it's great what they do. The fact that they're in that mid-major conference, and I think that's the problem. I think they need to get out. You know how Notre Dame
wants them in.
But I don't understand
Travel.
why not. Maybe because
Travel.
no football, no
football.
Blah, blah.
If
a
number
Notre
of
Dame,
reasons I can give it to you.
Well, that's what but if you are Gonzaga, you've got to be pleading to the Pac-12, or even if you bump up a Mountain West or just somebody somewhere and say, hey, we need to get in that major conference. They're good. The fans are going to travel well. You're going to get quality games, but I think the reason when they're in that small conference, small school conference, I don't think that prepares them well into the year.
They made it to the championship game how many years ago? They get beat by North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty damn good.
Did they win? And have they won? No.
Did they get there? Hell, Mizzou's never been there.
I understand that.
Just saying.
I understand that. I'm just.
The only way Kentucky gets there is when they cheat.
Oh, God.
I'm going to go take that one right out.
Yeah.
Here we
If
go.
I was going to bash Mizzou, I was going to bash somebody else. Come on.
If you can't
Easy
win,
target.
you got to put the finger somebody else.
That's right.
You know what happens when you point the finger? One's at them, and threes are pointing right back at you.
Got a post here. Illinois might make the Final Four. What do you think?
They're probably going to be a number one seed, I think.
Illinois is tough.
I'd say they'll be
Michigan
number one
stuff, Ohio State stuff.
No, I don't want to talk about
Iowa.
Ohio State. Ohio State has a kid. I don't even know his name. He has to be the worst basketball player I've ever seen. He falls down more than the Three Stooges.
Yep.
Have you watched them play much?
A little bit.
That guy with the dreads, he's a point guard, number 4, I think.
Yes, 4.
He is awful. I've watched 3 games of them, and I swear, as God's my witness, they're either carrying him off the court, he's laying there like a folded-up lawn chair at family reunion.
Just practice for the NBA.
I mean, he flops all the time. He's got these like, I'm hurt. And he plays like garbage. He lost the ball I don't know how many times. All he does is turn the thing over.
Man. Practice for the NBA.
Is he point shaving or something?
Could be.
I mean, Ohio State, they try to do anything they can to make money.
Wow.
We're looking at you, Maurice Claret. I mean, I don't. He's terrible. I don't like Ohio State anyway.
This year is going to be a crazy year for multiple reasons. One, there's no Midwest, kind of thing. All the games are going to be played in a general same area. So there's not going to be
Indiana, correct?
Yeah, outside of Indianapolis somewhere.
Multiple little sites around.
So I think that's going to have a big play in everything.
Will the kids have their homework to do? Because that's the one thing we're really worried about.
They do.
It's their education.
Online.
It's virtual.
They've been doing virtual this whole time.
Yeah.
So
should have done that before. Piss and moan about their education. I can't miss that many games because of football and final exams and stuff. Yeah, what? It's like you're lying about it.
So I also think that the other thing that you look at is a lot of these mid-major teams that are going to be in it have been those kids have been together a lot longer, and I think you're going to see that play in even more this season than it ever has. Is that those teams that have had got 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 upperclassmen that have been there 4 or 5 years in a row.
Like Mizzou?
I think you're going to see them come out.
They could shock somebody defensively.
And just because I think you're going to see more of those teams have success because, one, they've been there or they've been in those opportunities, and then, two, I think those teams have not played in that kind of atmosphere and that kind of stressful situation, and now they're just thrown at it, and all of a sudden how they're going to respond.
I would have maybe Nova. I think if there would have been, not anymore with what came out in the news, I think Creighton probably could have had a shot, but I think that.
Well, all his players came to bat for him. Just said he made a mistake. Said something he shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
And I liked what I can't remember the kid's name. I'm really bad with these kids' names. Same with my own kids sometimes too.
hey,
get over there! Get over here. But the point guard, I guess, or one of them said he just come out and told the media right before everything started, I'm just going to go ahead and say this first before we get anything going. And basically went to bat for Doug McDermott. And, we all say things we shouldn't. Kids, adults, doesn't matter. And what he said is not appropriate. But I like the fact that instead of trying to tar and feather him and everything else, put him in the stockade, it was, I know this guy cares about me. I know he loves me. I appreciate everything he's done for me as a player, as a man, and he just made a mistake. To me, we need more of that. Not just in this situation.
That doesn't sell, though. That doesn't make money.
Oh, I know.
If it doesn't bleed, it doesn't.
Oh, I know. The mongrel sports entertainment mecca didn't really focus on that too much.
But see, that's another thing. That's another thing with pro sports. And this makes no sense to me, right? Because it's all about entertainment. So if you would think if you're Major League Baseball, if you're these other pro sports, and your whole idea is to get people in to pay money to come watch these games, tickets, jerseys, whatever, wouldn't you want them to say things that might, not stir the pot, but might draw interest? And so, but here's another thing. If I'm a player, I'm going to say, wait a second, I have to talk to the media, but I'm not free to share my thoughts and opinions, because if I do, you're going to cost me money and you're going to fine me based off of what they're asking me because I'm supposed to answer these questions. That's not fair. That's just a total vicious cycle of never should happen. Hey, I ought to, as a professional, as a entertainment professional, say, if I want to bash the officials, if I want to bash how the game was called, why can't I do that? Why am I going to be fined? Yes, they screwed up tonight, and I bet if you asked them, they'd probably say the same thing. But a Draymond Green, he's going to get fined all the time. Think of how much money he's lost just because he wants to give his opinion.
At least he went to charity.
You know what I mean? But the thing is,
or
hold
so
on.
we think.
So we think. Why are you fining these guys when you're telling them they have to speak to the media?
Right.
If then you're going to fine them for what they say, and you tell them, no, you're supposed to go talk to them.
You mean, is it a double standard?
Yes, a double standard. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
Boggles my mind.
Because they're the ones who run the company.
Yeah.
They make the rules.
It just makes no sense.
You don't want to do it, start your own league. They did it in the 70s.
Well.
And then they had to fold the shop.
I thought it's like Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what you can do.
Have you looked at Joe Lombardi's, bracketology?
Wait, first off, Joe Lunardi is a piece of crap. I don't like that dude.
Well,
talk about the only thing he's ever done in his life is write a book about.
He's going to come in and find. They're going to come find you.
Good, he can come find me. I'll take him out behind the woodshed. I tell you what, I hate listening to that dude. He acts like he knows everything. He don't know jack squat about how these games are going to go. He don't know. Go ask the guys at Vegas. Don't talk to that guy. He's a clown. He's a clown. Can't stand him. So tell me what Joe Lunardi, the guru of everything college basketball, says.
I'm just saying, though, if you look at the bracketology of who's in and who's out and who's not and whatever else he says, but I think that you look at it as a whole, I think there's going to be a lot more mid-majors in this year than ever before.
God, I love it.
And I think you're going to see the Blue Buds win it all because of that.
I hate that.
I wish SLU would have got in. Man, I wish SLU. the last one I saw, they were going to be some of the either
First one's out.
First one's out.
Yeah, that's what I have them as of right. That's what I have them as of right now. But
man, that whole month or 6 weeks or whatever it was just
killed it.
I do like it. What's his name says he's coming back?
Perkins.
Yeah, Perkins.
Yep. And that's gonna help. Well, I mean,
That's what we should do for the coaches box.
What?
Bracket challenge.
Sure.
We can do something like that for all of the 1,000+ viewers that watch our show.
That's right.
We ought to do some
All
type of bracket
4 of
challenge.
them watching now.
Here's your chance, Kyle Bohr.
There you go.
Winner. Yeah, I don't know how you.
Good on
I don't know how I'm gonna do that. It's one thing to make squares, another thing for that. Come on, man. It's crazy. I don't like the same teams always winning it.
Right.
I don't think the games are always called the same way.
No.
Right. No.
I mean, everybody wants to see the Cinderellas. Everybody wants to do that, but at the end of the day, they really don't. They want the money teams.
They do until the end.
Until the end.
It's a good story until the Final Four.
Cinderella, the clock always strikes midnight. So it does. And to me, I want to see like a Texas Western kind of story. I want to see something happen that you don't usually see. And like when Butler made it 2 years in a row, I rooted for Butler. I was like, God, I want to see these guys win. And they couldn't. And, I mean, Gonzaga, same way. And I don't mind watching North Carolina. I've always kind of been a little bit of a Tar Heels fan. Nope. I mean, I wanted Gonzaga to win. And
Holly's already got a spreadsheet. Shoot.
Deal.
If Duke or Kentucky get in on some kind of BS,
well, they would have to win their tournament. I mean, you
maybe
just would have to.
You mean you don't think NCAA hasn't bent the rules for anybody? Have we not just talked about this death penalty thing?
I know, but
Kansas shouldn't even have a freaking team.
They didn't self-report, though.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, they don't have them in.
They
right
didn't tell
now.
on themselves, so nothing actually happened. Sorry.
You would think, though, out of any of the sports, that basketball would be one that maybe, hey, let's see if the little guy can come in and win.
So here's the thing that they're right now. Their first 4 are out. They're saying Stanford, Duke, Wichita State.
How is Duke even on that list?
I told you.
And then the next 4 out,
They're
St.
500
Louis,
right now.
Because Brian
Indiana,
Waits put it on that list.
and Minnesota. So my concern with that would be is how can even Duke be an opportunity with that?
They shouldn't be.
When they took out a non-conference, when they didn't play their non-conference schedule.
That's that shows you what I'm
Coach
talking
K
about.
and money.
Because people watch Duke.
And I wouldn't be for it if they put Kentucky in, even if they didn't win. I would think it's not right. It's not right. No matter how big of a fan.
That's bull.
Hey,
You'd have the Kentucky Blue on next show. You'd be all right, yeah.
Now, I'll tell you, I'm not a fan of that because I don't think it made the right statement for kids and these younger, these programs, these mid-major programs. Why would anybody at this point want to go there if they're never going to get an opportunity to play?
Ask all
NCAA
the kids who play college football, Division I, in the FBS. Ask those kids the same question because how many of those don't get to do it because they're not Alabama, LSU, Ohio State,
I get it,
Notre Dame. Is there anybody else? Clemson, sorry, I forgot about them. So we're what 6, 7? Oklahoma, because they're always in it. Nobody in the Pac-12, they don't even exist. It's okay because most of those teams are in California.
Well, they're not.
But, yeah, so tell all those kids the same thing.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to get a chance. Hell no. Not until they expand the playoffs. Then you give them a chance. But even with 68 teams that make it, Duke has a chance. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Nope.
That's how stupid this whole thing is. That's why Joe Lunardi sucks. Right there.
Yeah.
That's the kind of BS I don't like about that dude.
Here's the thing, though, and you talk about self-fulfilling prophecy. The fact that that's coming from ESPN, that's what perpetuates going into committee time and committee decisions because once again, it's a big money machine, and Disney owns everything.
Yes.
Because it's all Disney.
That's right. Mickey Mouse has the Infinity Gauntlet.
All right, so next week's show will still be a little bit about that, but we won't be able to have until the following week when we'll have the bracket actually announced next Sunday. Next Sunday will be announced. But I think it'll be the biggest thing is how many mid-majors are in it compared to normal.
There better be a lot more of them if they have records like Duke or Kentucky or one of these other guys who are supposed to be big time. But I think it's going to play out just like the Blue Bloods are going to be in.
This leads into our final topic of the day, the debatable topic that we kind of started talking about debatable stuff and want to kind of end before we do our trivia about debatable topics.
I might have to skip that on the trivia.
Try to get you out of here.
22.
Telling me there's a chance. All right.
So let me. We want to talk about this, but I think it leads right into that when you're talking about that. Should conferences be eliminated in college and pro sports? Do you think
pros? Yes. I wouldn't even say conferences. I would say divisions. This is me. I would love to see
everybody have steroids.
That too.
Oh.
But I would say you can divide it, I don't know, from the Mississippi and go east and west. But I would say there's got to be some type of algorithm out there that says, hey, you have one conference, a Western Conference, an Eastern Conference, and then you're going to play everybody. I'm just throwing numbers out. You're going to play everybody in your conference, the Western Conference, 4 times, and you're going to play everybody from the opposite conference twice.
What sport are we talking?
Any of them. Mainly baseball and basketball. But okay. I get rid of divisions at the pro level. Conferences mean something, and they matter. They matter to SEC. Could you imagine not having a conference, an SEC conference, whether it's championship or the religion that football is, for all the people down there.
They got nothing better to do.
And, the tailgating. So I would say at the collegiate level, keep the conferences because even high school, that's something that's what you root for. But at the professional level, I don't like it. I would like to be able to see, as a fan, a LeBron, a Mike Trout, a whoever, being able to travel and have to play all of the other teams.
The jet fuel went up like all gas prices went up.
Hold on, time out.
Did?
Gas prices went up?
It sure did.
Wait a second. Time out.
Yeah, they did.
How much?
Oh. Like $1.
Just like
at least.
a cent.
No,
2
whole
cents?
dollar. Whole dollar. 100 of them.
Yes.
At least.
Man.
So, that traveling thing sounds great if everybody got to travel based on hopes and dreams and happiness and the planes didn't run on fuel.
Right. I guess the only thing about
could you on bus
gas prices going up is vehicle prices will start going down.
That's great. Hey, buy a vehicle. It's like buying a gun. You can buy a gun, but the bullet's $5,000.
Bullet control. That's the old Chris Rock. Stand-up.
Bullet
control.
But I think that's something that I think as we move forward, that's going to be something that's going to be looked at more. I think getting rid of conferences. I think it's a high topic of discussion, especially in the college level. I think it's more of a discussion in the college level right now than it is pros.
Well, I think they could totally to make things fair. Let's talk football. You know how you just said Pac-12. Nobody's ever going to get in for the Pac-12. I think you could realign if you were going to say 4 major conferences and then say one team out of each of the 4 major conferences. They're the ones that go to the playoff. I think you could readjust that.
Right.
Or expand the playoffs if you wanted to. I mean, which they probably would rather do because that's more money.
Sure.
But if you're going to say nope, we're just going to do this 4-man playoff system or 14 playoff system for football, then I would say then you need to completely realign and
Too many
go
games.
regionally.
Too many games. Don't play that many games. Don't play that many games to include everybody in your realignment.
You think?
I guarantee it. You can't have that. You won't be able to.
You can't have.
Nope.
You play 12 games. So you can't have 11. Can't have 11.
How many teams are there in Division I FBS football?
Well,
how many?
Here,
I think you go east and west.
115 divided by 4.
I'm not good at math.
I'm not either. It's more than 25.
Right. Well,
how are you going to play that many games?
But here's the
and
other
have
thing,
an adequate representation of who's going.
UCF's not going to the playoffs. Cincinnati's not going to the playoffs. That's already been established.
Then don't go there.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So they don't get to be a part of the Power 4 conferences. That's what I'm saying.
I know.
They can have their own sub-championship.
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, the FCS does.
Right. I just think that it's something that's going to be addressed more because of giving more of the smaller conferences, smaller schools an opportunity to play the big boys in the regular season and them have to play at least so many of those games, and to give, okay, you do the top 25, you got to play, whatever the top 25 is, you got to play, preseason top 25. Everybody's got to play at least one of the top 25 if you're on the east side and the west side or whatever, north, south or whatever, however you do it. But I think that it becomes more of a picture of maybe that's trying to make the playing field a little easier.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a right answer for that, trying to get those. But you're never going to have, like you talked about, you and Jarvis talked about, you're never going to have the Cincinnati's. You're never going to have the Cincinnati's play in the playoff. So if that's the case, then just cut the cord and say you're not – we're going to say you're a major conference, 4 major conferences, and that's it. Now, here's the other thing. Let's look at a Vanderbilt, or let's look at I'm just going to say a Purdue, somebody that's traditionally bad. Then say, you know what, hey, if you are – past this threshold, like you're only winning 1 or 2 ball games a year, you're out. Somebody else comes in.
So it's like soccer.
I don't know.
You just made it into soccer.
I don't know.
That's exactly what happens over in Europe.
I don't even know about.
You're not good enough.
Okay.
You get your whole program, your team gets demoted, and they bring up somebody else, and they take like the Browns sucked like they used to.
Okay.
Or the Jets. These are the Jets. They're terrible. Or the Jaguars. Nope, you guys are bad, so we're going to bring up this minor league team, and now they're in. That's how they do that over there.
I just think
Stop. You're going down a slippery slope right now.
Stop it right now.
But
Stop it. Does that not enter the get better mentality that people talk about?
So you're out there watching.
When you beat someone by 100, just get better.
You're out there watching, and you would like to comment on this.
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
Because you looked at me.
Comment on the video of our show tonight, and so that maybe we can discuss some of the comments from our viewers next week.
Yeah.
Put it in a Twitter poll, Chris.
So when you watch it later on, whether you watch it later this evening or later in the week.
Twitter poll.
Yeah. So then you guys it gives them a chance to maybe kind of give us their thoughts, and then maybe we debate a little bit of our viewers' thoughts next week.
Yeah.
So every other week we'll have a debatable topic, and then we'll talk about it the next week.
There you go.
About some comments. So, if you're out there and you're watching, or maybe you're watching later and it's not live, you're watching it later.
Post it.
How come I get the brown pen? What are you guys trying to say here? Give me the brown pen.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You poor little guy.
With that being said, we're going to go into Cranium Cup trivia.
Jeez. All right, so here's how we got to do it.
I
forgot the boards.
I have music. Right. I have music for Cranium Cup.
One side is 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 questions?
No, Ray.
I don't even
know.
know.
What if we have to have a tiebreaker? Uh-oh.
I guess I have a couple extra pieces of paper on purpose. Ray, you need to just chill out.
You don't like
Ray's
that music?
got too much time on his hands.
Okay, question number 1. In what year was the city of Dallas granted an NFL's expansion franchise? In what year was the city of Dallas granted an NFL franchise? Answers. 1962, 1960, 1964, or 1958. That one was for you there, McVay.
62, 60, 64, and 58. Is that correct?
Correct.
Read it again.
1960. Oh, the question?
Question, yeah.
What year was the city of Dallas granted an NFL expansion franchise? 62, 60, 64, 58. We have answers? Let's see here. Chris Miller, your answer is 1962.
No, my answer is 1960.
You're right.
Hey.
And so is Mr. Jarvis.
Woo. Who's not right
and
over
so
there?
is Mr. Blair.
What you got, McVay?
McVay, what do you got? What do you got, McVay? Sorry.
That's it. I'm done. Where's my ice cream?
He's
at?
got the brown marker. That's what he's got.
Jason's got a brown marker too, man.
You want to take it. You want blue. This is your favorite color. I mean,
Baseball trivia.
This
Specifically,
matches what I-
Kansas City Royals trivia.
Oh,
KC, huh?
nobody wants to watch that.
Ooh, this is a good one. This is going back quite a bit, though. I'll do Zach McVay a favor.
Ancient years.
This music's bomby.
Do you like that?
This music's a little,
I like it.
a little much.
He's wanting to
You
do
like
some
it?
fist pumps here in a little bit.
Mate.
We on a Jersey show.
GTL? He's wanting to do some GTL later.
I get my,
Snooki out.
I
Here's
get
the
my two
question.
boys over here. They'll be doing that.
Which pitcher has the most career wins as a Kansas City Royal? Which pitcher has the most career wins as a Kansas City Royal? Answers.
Watches Kansas City play anyway.
I was going to say.
Dennis Leonard,
Leonard.
Larry Gura, G-U-R-A, Paul Splittorf, S-P-L-I-T-T-O-R-F, Paul Splittorf. And you didn't like my music? Well, we'll do it again. Or Mark Gubicza, G-U-B-I-C-Z-A. Leonard Gura, Splittorf, or Gubicza.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
It wasn't anybody I thought.
Right?
That was no one I thought in my head either.
Oh my gosh. Hang on. A, B, C, D. Which one hurts more?
Leonard Gura, Splittorf, Gubicza. G-U-B-I-C-Z-A.
I don't know.
Answers.
Who watches them?
Miller has B. Gura. He is incorrect. Our Jarvis, you have Gubicza. Your answer is incorrect. Blair, you have C. Splittorf. Who do you got? Who do you got? A?
Oh my gosh.
No,
you
wrong.
didn't. Did
Everybody's
you really?
got him wrong. Larry Gura was the answer.
Wait a minute. I had that.
He had B.
You said B was wrong.
I'm incorrect. I'm very incorrect. It is Splittorf, whoever had C.
Hey!
I am sorry. I was
Steve
looking at this
Harvey.
incorrectly.
He is
Okay.
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Hey, he got one more week, and he's on assignment. He's going to Greenland. Forget Canada. He's going to Greenland.
What are you trying to say?
How do you get there?
Through Canada.
He can do a rowboat. I don't know.
River.
So Blair's in the lead.
Blair's in the lead.
I mean, it took us a little bit to figure it out, but he's in the lead.
We had to count the votes.
Yep.
Hold on.
There definitely will not be more votes.
The next day, it comes to find out that Coach McVay had more votes. I don't know.
Wow.
Guarantee you that won't happen.
No.
This one's for Jarvis. L.A. Lakers trivia.
L.A. Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
okay. Well, I don't mean I'll get it right.
From 1912, maybe.
Minneapolis Lakers.
Havlicek. Not Havlicek.
Oh, this
Mike and
This music's distracting.
This is awesome.
Hey, do we have a question?
I have a question.
Here we
Which
go.
player did the Los Angeles Lakers draft twice? Which player did the L.A. Lakers draft twice? Answers. Magic Johnson, Jerry West, Kobe Bryant, or Elgin Baylor?
Elgin
Baylor. You're right. That was a lot louder than it needs to be. I'll bring that music down a little bit. This a little better.
Hey, cut us off.
We go.
This a little better. I don't know what
Yeah,
happened.
we're back.
I don't know what happened. I lost my music. Oh well. Well,
Oh no.
I lost my
Darn.
music completely.
Darn.
Answers: Magic Johnson, Jerry West,
I'm
Kobe
gonna go
Bryant,
with-
What'd you put?
Elgin Baylor.
I'm going to go with him.
Your answer is D. Baylor. Mr. Chris, you are correct.
I
As
missed
long as along with Mr. Jarvis and
I'm the only one that didn't get it right. So now it's a
Mr.
three-way.
three-way tie for
Was it
first.
two
No,
different
two-way.
teams?
Same,
Yeah, three-way.
twice.
So everybody got
Yeah.
it. So everybody got it right except
But-
for Blair.
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody's
I got it right.
tied.
You
Yeah.
got two.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about it.
Everybody's tied.
How
Wait,
many you got? Two.
two? How many you got? Oh,
Well,
everybody but
not
Zach.
McVay. McVay's not.
No.
He's not in on this.
No.
Stevie Wonder.
Right.
Curse of Stevie Wonder.
I had something I was going to send you guys that had Stevie Wonder in it, but I waited.
Why? That's offensive to blind people.
Well, it's offensive.
Here
It's
we go.
offensive
Better
to people that are
cancel that.
blind. Yeah.
Here we go. Question number 4.
Oh, here it is. Cincinnati Reds trivia, baseball.
Again, a team no one watches.
That's even better. Gives me a
You
chance.
Just like it because you have a chance.
Gives me a chance.
That
Look at
means
me
we
guess.
all 3 are probably guessing. So.
Yeah, pretty much. Everybody guesses something different now.
How long was Pete Rose's longest hitting streak?
Oh, I know that.
How long
don't
was
know
Pete
that. I got
Rose's
that
longest hitting streak? Answers: 56 games, 39 games, 31 games, 44 games. Pete Rose's longest hitting streak was 56, 39, 31, or 44 games.
No earthly idea.
Answers.
Oh boy, here we go.
So we'll just guess.
Let's go.
Yep.
So we have a two-way tie here between Mr. Blair and Mr. Miller. The answer was 44.
I picked 39.
All right.
It's the National League record for hits,
All
consecutive
right.
hits.
All right. St. Louis Cardinals trivia.
I'm out.
Cardinals, eh? Probably get this one wrong.
Are you still answering, McVay, even though you're out?
Yeah.
He likes to play.
Yeah.
I don't.
He likes to play the game.
I'll play a little game.
Would you like to play a game?
Okay. Let's do it.
I'm looking for something that might stump you all.
Good.
Okay.
Wait for it.
Or at least we have to guess on.
Wow, this is good. Which Cardinal was the last National League pitcher to win 30 games in one season? Which Cardinal was the last National League pitcher to win 30 games in one season? Answer: Bill Doak, Dizzy Dean, Mort Cooper, Jesse Haynes. Which Cardinal was the last National League pitcher to win 30 games in one season? Doak, Dean, Cooper, Haynes.
I have no earthly idea, so.
Go with one to know.
Answers.
Well, I don't know.
You have Cooper. He has Dizzy Dean. The answer is Dizzy Dean.
Oh, see? I went somebody I didn't know. I thought would be obvious, would have not been it.
Well, guys,
Yeah.
another day.
Was there anything from this century?
No.
No.
I'm sorry.
The answer is no.
And the show has reached a new low.
Yeah.
I thought since
Write
he was
a
looking
letter.
so hard that it was somebody that wouldn't have known.
Wow.
Nick Cage with $8. I don't know how you get $8.
Three.
I don't know what happened.
Below.
but all the stuff's frozen.
V. Despite your best efforts, V is the number.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, there you have it, boys.
Man.
Episode 50 is in the books.
What a great show.
Yeah.
Great
Good
show.
stuff.
I'm getting a little sun right here. Needs a little vitamin K.
50 episodes.
Great.
Wow.
It is.
We have to look at, our 1 year show being.
I shot
back
my
at-
commercial there.
back
did?
at the alma mater of
Casa Jarvis.
show number 1.
Or was it Juan?
Juan.
Juan.
It was a, eventful day.
That will be a fun one. We'll have to have a special guest on that show as well. I think we'll have to have a special
Uh-oh.
guest.
Zach, you remember when you were doing that show? Oh. Yeah. Ouch. Ouch.
Man.
Wow.
What are we going to have?
You might gave me a crap about the marker you were using. Get over it. Gosh. I don't know if you know this or not. I say stuff that offends people.
Wow.
Well,
There it is.
Didn't.
All right.
So yeah, we'll have next week's show?
It's 51.
51 next week. I guess we'll be planning or maybe letting people know what's going on.
Yeah. After next week's show, we'll try to plan it out this week and make our
We gotta have
announcement of what's
somebody
going
like, I don't know, Brad Thompson on. Like, hey, people out in Facebook land.
I've got,
let's get that. Let's get connections.
Hey,
Brad Thompson.
Why don't you come to this guy's
I'm
house?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Not that,
Brad
but,
Thompson
hey,
in the
come
basement.
on out for our
BT.
1 year anniversary.
BT
Come on,
might not
BT.
be available
Randy
because
Carricker,
today
Carricker, any of them.
Carricker I
anybody.
could get a hold of. I could get a hold of Carricker.
Come on out.
I could.
Come on
possibly.
out. How cool is
I
that?
know.
The fact
I know.
that you haven't
another
done
two
it to this
people.
point.
I was going to say, Ray.
Disappointing.
I know another
Well-
couple people we could get a hold of.
Hey.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. Hey, I passed Tyreek Hill in the bathroom once, so Tyreek Hill, that would work.
I do have some. We do have some connections. So
I
think
met
it'll be
Trey
good.
Wingo in the bathroom in
Yeah,
New York.
right.
That's a good story. In New York.
I like
No, the gentleman that's the towel man from the Blues. We've interviewed him a couple times.
Yes.
He's always wanting to go to places and do some stuff. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, meet him at Scotty's once.
Yeah, lots
Yeah.
of times.
He was always
And,
at Scotty's.
well, he lives
Yes.
he lives in Barnhart,
Yes,
Yeah.
he lives right there.
and also
I still can't believe that place is closed.
Jeremy Boyer, the
vibe.
the organist for the Blues too. I've
Danny
gotten to know
Mac,
him
come
pretty
on
well.
down.
Danny
Somebody.
Mac, we could have him. He could have us on
He
his
hasn't
show.
been very busy because
No.
he's doing
We could get Earl,
virtual broadcast.
Mr. Earl
Yeah.
Austin.
Earl Austin probably be an easy one as long as he's not covering basketball.
Final Four, yeah.
You know, basketball might be over for him by then.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Could be some.
There
We
it
got some
is.
good options.
there you
we're
go.
going to try to finalize that this week and get it
I
out to
think
everybody.
I'm going to do that every week. BT, come on out to the show. Since I can't win trivia, I say come on out. Come on out to the show.
He doesn't win a lot of trivia either.
Hey,
That's why he's calling BT.
come on out.
Come on out, BT.
Hey, us pitchers, we can talk. Let's go. Come on
All
out.
us pitchers.
Yeah, I know.
There it is. Well,
Dun,
we're going to
dun,
wrap things up here. Thanks so much for watching the Coach's
BT,
Box. My
Zach
stuff's
McMahon.
frozen here.
Not so much.
BT, come on out,
Zach
right?
McMahon.
There you go. For Ray Halberg, all of us here live, Stream STL, and the Coach's Box. We're going to say so long. We will see you again next week.